Good morning and welcome back to CityLine. We are in our third segment today, and with me, I have two organizations that I am so thankful they have found each other, because when I think about dance, when I think about hip hop, jazz, when I think about breaking and popping, I want to hear it with classical music, and I think that's something that we're going to get to. So please join me in welcoming from the Northwest Sinfonietta, Yaniv Attar. You are the Northwest Sinfonietta artistic partner in this collaboration. Welcome to CityLine.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, it's great to have you. And this woman, Miss Claire Etheridge, powerhouse executive director of Tacoma Urban Performing Arts Center, pronounced T.U.P.A.C.
Yes.
Claire, welcome to CityLine.
Thank you.
It's great to have you both in the house here. So I'm going to start, Yaniv, with you. Share us a little bit about your background, and then I want to hear about your role at the Northwest Sinfonietta.
So I'm originally from Israel. I grew up there, and then I left, studied in London, New York, Montreal, ended up in Bellingham, Washington, where I am right now. I'm the music director of the Bellingham Symphony Orchestra, and I also have orchestra in Pennsylvania, at the Chamber Orchestra of Pennsylvania, Rockford Symphony in Illinois.
Yes.
And I'm one of the artistic partners of Northwest Sinfonietta. So they don't have a music director. They decided to go on a different model, which means there's not one conductor. We are three partners, and we share the season. So we each bring different perspective and different kind of music making into the group, which is very exciting.
Yeah, I've noticed that there's been kind of a big inhale and then a healthy exhale when it comes to Northwest Sinfonietta, and that I see that programming because of how the new model is becoming brighter, more daring, more variety.
Absolutely. Just a lot of very adventurous programming.
Yes.
Combined with, the beloved masterworks from the past, but trying to stay relevant.
Yes.
And connected to audience today and to what's going on in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Claire, I'm going to ask you in a second to talk about this collaboration and how it came about. Before that, I want to hear about the program called This Land. Tell us about it. And that's what we're going to hear on the collaboration.
Right. So obviously, this concert is dedicated to Nettie Asberry.
Yes.
So every aspect of this concert has something to do with it. We are opening with a piece by Mozart, and Nettie Asberry created the Mozart Music Club, years and years ago, to help children to have access to music education. So we thought it was very fitting to have this to open our program. Then we have a ballet by Aaron Copland, a suite from the ballet, his famous ballet Appalachian Spring.
Yes, I can hear it.
It's gorgeous, and it's choreographed to tell the story of Nettie from birth to death. It's fascinating. It's so gorgeous. I mean, the music is so lush, and to see the story through the music is amazing. Then, because of Nettie Asberry being such an active person in the women's suffrage movement,
yes,
and as a civil rights activist, we are playing a piece by Jessie Montgomery, a very young composer who wrote this piece called Banner. It's a rhapsody on the Star-Spangled Banner.
All right.
And it's a very strong political statement by the composer. And what's an anthem needs to be in a 21st century in multicultural America.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so powerful. And this is the first time, actually, that this piece is ever going to be choreographed.
Ooh.
It's never been danced to.
All right, Claire.
Yes.
You ready? How did this magic come about?
Well, we first partnered with the Sinfonietta, excuse me, when the exhibit at Tacoma Art Museum was here celebrating Black art.
Yes.
And the Kinsey exhibit.
Yes.
And we had both planned our seasons on Black classical composers. And someone suggested that we meet and we talk, and we decided what a great collaboration. And so we composed, I think we did 9 pieces, and they were all by Black composers. Mm-hmm. And it was a wonderful collaboration. And from that, we decided that this was a really good partnership, and we could do so many really interesting pieces to celebrate racial justice in the arts.
Absolutely.
And parity, and that's what we're here to do, is to serve the community and to see our well-being through the arts, the entire community. So when we were asked to collaborate on this piece, initially I was hesitant because I love Appalachian Spring. It's just such a wonderful piece, but I was trying to figure out how could we make that relatable to the Black audience, which is an audience that we intentionally seek to engage in our stories.
Right.
And then I thought, Nettie Asberry. And that's how we came to do this piece on Nettie.
So before we hear about Nettie, I want you to tell us about the background and history of T.U.P.A.C. Because for a long time, we only had one ballet company in town. Now we have T.U.P.A.C, which is incredible. So how did it get started?
Well, Cabby Mitchell III was the first Black dancer and soloist with Pacific Northwest Ballet. I was a former dancer in New York. Somehow we wound up in the city of Destiny. We met each other in the late 70s in San Francisco.
Oh, my.
And we ran into each other here, and we noticed that the Black children and other children of color and without really great financial means were not getting the quality ballet instruction. And since we both spent time at the Dance Theater of Harlem, we thought, what a great model to try to emulate here in Tacoma. And that was very intentional on our part to follow that example and have amazing teachers and have high standards to teach children, give them an opportunity. So whether a child's family has money or not, no one's turned away. And, we try to just really work on self-esteem. The tights, we don't wear pink tights. Even our white children don't wear tights because they're not pink. So we wear flesh tone. So whatever your skin tone is, those are the tights that you wear as well as your shoes. And we just try to be very inclusive. We do not body shame. We encourage children to be the best they can.
So tell us how this land, the concert, tell us about the Nettie Ballet Genesis that happens.
It's really quite fascinating. We start with the Mozart piece, and we have our youngest dancers.
How old?
5.
Oh, I love it.
5 to 8, and some have been dancing less than a year, and they have learned basic dances to open the show. And they're adorable.
Yes.
How can you not love little children?
Exactly. And if you don't like them, I don't want to know you.
Yeah, exactly. So that's how it starts. And then we get into Appalachian Spring, and we recreate Nettie's life from when she was a young child through the turbulent, through suffragettes, and moving on into probably, I'd say, Jim Crow era. And then we have intermission, and we come back with Banner. And that is such a strong piece because you feel the turbulent times. You feel people wanting to be recognized, social justice once again. And that's a message that we want to share because it has to do with our well-being as a city, as a country, as a planet, being responsible and inclusive. And we think that Banner carries that message.
Oh, I can't wait to see this. So how do our viewers, now that you two have given us a beautiful GoPro of that day, how do our viewers get tickets?
They go to northwestsinfonietta.org,
Okay.
and I will give them all the information they need to get tickets for either of the show, Saturday night or Sunday afternoon.
So we have two chances to see this
Yes.
masterpiece.
One in Tacoma at the Rialto, and one in Puyallup at the Pavilion.
Oh, I love that. Way to spread it out there. And last question for both of you in this last minute or so. What will the audience members see when they come to see Nettie? Or what do you hope that they walk away with? Let's start with you first.
For me, I think, when you have a dance performance and the music is not live, it's just a recording, something doesn't connect well because it's something that was created before and something that's created now. This time, this partnership where everything is created on stage and feeding each other, I think it's so exciting, and it's so rare that it happens. You don't want to miss it.
10 seconds, my dear. What do you hope that we get from this?
I hope that we realize there are wonderful stories
Yes.
from the Black community dealing with strong Black women, and how Black women have nurtured so much of this country, particularly Tacoma. And
Yes.
Tacoma, so many people do not know about Nettie Asberry, such as she was the first Black PhD female in America.
Yes. So
they will learn all of this.
they will.
Yeah.
Thank you both for bringing this to life. Thank you for understanding that culture is not just about a performance. It's reflecting where we are right now and also where we have to go. So thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
break a leg. Not really, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
When we come back, Jobs 253 will be in the house. You don't want to miss that. We'll be right back.